Vengeance of a Snowgirl is a 1971 Shaw Brothers film. It's about Tsung-Hsun. She is a handy-capable woman who's actually really good at martial arts. And she basically steals the golden claw from this man while he's sleeping. And then on the street the next day, she has it for sale and uses it as a way to get into the residence to kill that man. And it turns out Tsung-Hsun is actually a young girl whose parents were murdered by 4 different martial arts men, and she wants revenge. So it's kind of like a Kill Bill plot. And basically she lost a usage of her leg while hiding from them, so she's also handy capable, and she sort of keeps herself on crutches, and one of the crutches holds the Jade Phoenix sword. It's like this really special unbreakable sword that can really high quality, that can destroy other swords. So there's a whole backstory with her father not wanting to give up the sword because he's not very good at martial arts, and the 4 men didn't want the sword to fall into the wrong hands, so they argued with him until the point where they fought. So the first half of this movie is basically a revenge story. Tsung-Hsun is trying to basically defeat the 4 men. However, one of them is a little bit more sympathetic than the others because when he has a chance to kill her, he doesn't, and she's not quite the martial arts prodigy she thinks she is. She did have 2 teachers train her when she was a child. However, her legs are crippled and sort of capping her ability. However, they decide to help her get her legs back by using a magical hot spring. In order to do so, they have to go on a sort of quest mission. So it was kind of threw me for a loop for a little bit because the movie starts off as a revenge story, but then literally at the halfway mark, they start, trying to get an armor and a special ruby, and it'll allow them to go to this magical hot spring where she can soak her legs and get her legs back. And I didn't really like this aspect of the movie because a handy-capable martial arts protagonist is actually pretty groundbreaking for 1971. I like that aspect, but also the movie has a high usage of wire work to deal with her sort of ability and just everyone in general. So it's a little bit stiff in the action choreography department, but the movie is a little bit weird at the end. They go for the heroic sacrifices and stuff. I felt there wasn't enough character development, which is weird because the movie's a full 2 hours long. So they introduce a couple of romantic small subplots that could develop, but then they don't really get, payoff for those, and then the ending's kind of unsatisfying. So overall, the movie is interesting because of the characters, of the situations, but I didn't like the second half because the whole magical quest thing. But overall, Vengeance of a Snowgirl, still pretty interesting, and I give it a 5 out of 10.